We're back with more Terror from the Void. Phoenix Point. So, today, I have no idea how much time we have. We might get interrupted again. I'm not gonna archive the last stream because we actually didn't really accomplish all that much. And I had to leave mid mission. I was going to just continue the mission and do it, and then save afterwards because you can't save mid mission. However, problem. It was just a base defense. It's not something I was thinking would even be like a thing, right? But during the base defense, a unit appeared that apparently it's a critical unit that either we need to either capture or kill. Either one's good. It's a new unit we'd never seen before. Apparently a very elite one. And it was a nightmare to fight, but I actually managed to get it down to almost dead, with none of my own guys dying. And then it just ran away. it just ran the fuck away. Like, I had it real low on health, but then on its turn, like it was literally like almost at one health. But then on its turn, it was near the edge of the map already, so it just left. Yeah. So I want another crack at that. Now, I guess I don't know if the same thing will happen. I don't know if if we'll get the same encounter or not. I mean, we might not. But either way, it kind of felt like I put a lot of... I wasted a lot of resources to try to kill that thing, and then it just ran away. It felt really bad. So, yeah, for multiple reasons, we gotta redo that. So I figure, alright, let's take it from the top. Let's try this again. Okay, so, I think main save it's always the safe bet to go back to. So, loading up. Oh yeah, we also have the Behemoth. Okay, so, since I'm not gonna... Yeah, I didn't archive the last one. The Behemoth is back. It hasn't done anything yet. Like, literally not a lot happened last stream. Behemoth came back, but it didn't actually do anything. I was just kind of getting back into what I was doing. A lot of base management, but overall we didn't actually accomplish too much. Okay, so back on the Geoscape, which is it called the Geoscape in this? I actually... Yeah, Geoscape. It's right at the bottom left. I was just thinking like, oh, but that's an XCOM word. But I guess Geoscape is just a word, right? Though it kind of describes something really specific to XCOM still. Alright, so I gotta first off see where we're at. What are we doing exactly? So, okay, so the Behemoth is out. I believe I sent my planes out to go and intercept it, I think. Like, I mean, not intercept the Behemoth itself, but to be ready to defend some nearby bases, right? So I should have... Yeah, you can see, my planes, I'm kind of dispatching them around. Also, the Tiamat is in play. The a nice blimp troop carrier. So it's gonna be slow, right? It's gonna be slow as fuck. But we have a nice little troop carrier now. I already loaded up the tank into it. Manufacturing. We're currently manufacturing some more systems for our planes. Just more, more weapons and defensive support systems. Resource-wise, I think we're doing all right. Let's see. Oh, I used up a lot of mutagen. Okay, yeah, I used a lot of mutagen up. I used all of our mutagen, basically, to cure the delirium from all my guys. And now, yeah, I know, they're just gonna get the delirium right all over again, right? I know. That's fine. Keeping their delirium from getting too out of control is a good idea, I think. So research, yeah, I'm just kind of... I still have a bunch of research I need to do, and man, we got to get through all that. I'm still also, I got a new research lab coming. I think there's a new fabrication plant coming, I believe. I wish this list I could expand it, because I know there's more things than just this happening. But yeah, we'll have more food production soon. Like, a lot of things should kind of even out. So it looks like the base attack that I had responded to last time, it looks like that hasn't happened yet, and so I guess it might not happen. Or it might not happen the same way again, so yeah. Alright. Well, I guess what I'd like to do, if we have time for it, I'd like to get the Manticore Prime. I'd like to get that back to our home base and switch everyone out into the blimp. And I know the blimp's gonna be slower, but for most missions, it should be fine for most missions. With the module on it, its max speed will be comparable to it'll be comparable to the Manticore's base speed, which is average, and average is fine. Alright, and on the way back to base, let's see, is there any trading we'd want to do? So right now we have a large amount of materials, but we don't have that much food. But I mean, I think food is fine for now. Tech is the one that we're kind of light on. I'd say, if anything, we maybe want to get some more tech. So if there's any good trades for tech, I'd take it. 10 materials for 2 tech. That's all tech 4 materials. That's food for materials, which I don't need. And food for tech, like, none of these really, the few material for tech trades, they're not very good trades, so let's just go back to base. But things should happen pretty soon. Oh, hold up. Okay, so we have 3 active Pandoran flyers. You know what that means? That means we gotta deal with it, like, now. So, let's do a main save. Yeah, things are happening a little differently than last time, actually. It looks like the base mission, that's not spawning just yet. And instead we have this to deal with right now. So what have I got? I've got, well, first off, can I see, okay, I can see what they're working on. Alright. So, like, can I get a better, like, how do I'd like to actually look at what they're using, but I can't. So what the Chimera has, so it's got its anti-air missile, it's got a Phoenix heavy cannon, and then it has flares countermeasure. I don't know how good any of that is. Do we have anything else we can just slap on there real quick, like? We got incinerator missiles. I mean, I think the weapons, systems themselves are fine, I think. We got other planes coming too. But I only have 3 planes that are ready for action, like right now. So the Chimera is here, the Firestorm is on the way. Where's the Aurora at? The Aurora is, okay, the Aurora is also on the, yeah, they're both on the way right now. So in the moment, we only have this one plane here ready to go right now. So not great. Not great at all. But well, we got to deal with some threats, so let's get in there and try to deal with them. So it looks like you can kind of see the trajectory that they spread out in. So this Bareth, that's gonna be the big one, right? Yeah, that's the hard hitter. That's the one we got to worry about. The two smaller ones, yeah, they should be easier to deal with. I think it's going over here, so let's move that way. Yeah. So one, I think, is going here. This one looks like it's going over here. And then this one, I think, is hitting the Synedrian base. So we got to be mindful of all that. Let's see if we can deal with this. Okay, Manticore Prime is also back at base. We can outfit that with some guns and stuff, and we can send it out. Like, we can convert that into a normal, like, fighter plane, basically. So, okay, let's... So first things first, we gotta load up our personnel, right? Oh, I wonder, maybe I do wonder, maybe I did actually save after doing the base defense. Maybe I did. I might have saved after we did it. So okay, so I guess the base defense might be done already. I thought I didn't save after that because I let the thing get away, but it was a bit of a nightmare to fight, so I can see why I maybe didn't want to do that again, right? I could get it. Alright, okay, so let's transfer, yeah, I think just like, let's directly transfer all these guys to the Tiamat. And then Isaac Clarke back. Well, before we transfer him, before we do that, so this was the Manticore Prime team, right? Let's take the flight module off. So flight module off, let's put the Synedrian laser gun and the new Jericho railgun, slap those on. And then we don't really have another module that we can put on there right now. Yeah, we don't really have another module. So for right now, I'm gonna slap the Oracle module on there. Just because I don't really have anything better to put on there right now. But okay, so the Manticore Prime is now ready to fight. And the Tiamat, let's go ahead and put the quick response passenger module on. And I don't really think it's worth it to give a troop carrier guns. Like, we're not using it for that purpose, you know? And also, this module here, like, that doesn't really help it to... It doesn't help it to fight. So I don't think it's a great idea to go in with that. But yeah, now we have... yeah, we should have a nice, good capacity, right? Like, I take this off. Put it on. I don't really... Yeah, there we go, 12. Yeah, I see. Capacity went from 8 to 12, and speed is now 500, which is, like, that's a respectable speed right there. I can work with that. Okay, so now Isaac Clarke can go on the Tiamat, and we got a full crew now on the Tiamat. Yeah, we got the Aspida, and then 6 dudes. I think we could have one more dude if we wanted, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and take one of one of our mutoid soldiers. I'm gonna go ahead and put one of our mutoids on the. Yeah, I'm gonna put him on the not the Tiamat, on the Manticore Prime, and he's just gonna be the pilot for that. So we got us a pilot now. I think the mutoids are probably best used for that, at least right now. And then I I do have room that I could put one more person on the Tiamat if I really wanted to. You know, it's like, well, question is who do I want to put on there? Let's see. So Sito has a bit of a malice here. They've got Bloodthirsty. So allies lose 1 willpower from enemies killed, but Sito gets Devour. So the only way Sito is going to get better is if we actually use user in combat. So, okay, well, the thing is that -1 willpower from enemies killed, like you're going to be killing a whole lot of enemies in combat. You know how this game goes. And if you lose 1 willpower every time an enemy is killed like that, if everyone just loses a willpower every time, that's gonna get a little bit rough. Like, that's gonna get rough. Although I do wonder if it's every time Sito gets a kill, or if it's just every time anyone gets a kill. I'm kind of wondering how that works exactly. And it would very much so make a difference too. So I might not want to bring him in just yet. Like, not until I have to. But looking at it, we have a tank, we have 1 sniper, we have like 3 assault units, we have 1 heavy, 1 engineer. I feel like what we could probably use more of is either another heavy type or a sniper, or just something different than an assault. Like anything other than an assault unit. I don't know that I'd want to bring a melee in though, but like maybe a stealth unit, right? Maybe that would work out nice. I don't think we've I don't think we've actually used any of our infiltrators yet, right? Like we haven't actually put them into play yet, so might be worth it. I feel like they're not very high level or anything, but I guess it's fine. I mean, I guess I gotta learn how Infiltrator works, right? Like, I haven't used it because I don't know how it works, but I don't know how it works because I never used it, so... I guess if we have the crew capacity, no reason not to try, right? So, alright. We'll put them on the goddamn plane. So, the Tiamat is fully loaded with dudes. Ready to go. And our old Manticore Prime, we can use that now to fight, but I don't know that we'll really get much use out of that. I'm also a little worried that, like, okay, so I will say we might have to actually go ahead and use one of our troop carriers. We might have to use it to defend, just because, like, a lot of places are going to be under attack, right? So if I were to send out the Sphinx as a combat vessel, if I were to do that, God, we don't really have a lot to work with here. Got incinerator missiles. So this is what is this? This is a bioweapon countermeasure. I mean, it does provide some additional hull points too, so that's nice. Okay, so you know what? The Manticore Prime? Yeah, the Manticore Prime, that does not currently have, it's not doing anything, right? So what we could do is, we could swap out, swap out its weapons, because I think these are some good weapons, right? And what I could do is, I could temporarily take the quick response passenger module off and unload all my guys into my base. except for one. And then, yeah, I could, yeah, I guess then I could use this as a combat plane with the bioweapon countermeasures. Like, that's not really the ideal module, but it would work. So I think let's do that. That's something I have kind of come to realize, is that there are moments in this game. All right, we'll have Vexus and Burn stay on there. I think they'll be fine to stay on the plane. But yeah, I've kind of come to realize that, like, unlike XCOM, in this game, you kind of have to get good at just restructuring every now and then. Like, every now and then, a situation will arise where, no, you're going to need to use a troop transport as a fighter jet, or vice versa. And also, you might have to swap out the weapon loadout and all that. Like, you might run into some dangerous situations where you're not quite fully prepared for, but you got to do something, right? Okay, so let's take that off. Put on the bioweapon counters, which I don't know if any of these enemies use bioweapons even, but, like, the main advantage here is that it provides 200 additional hull points. So it's so, like, even if we don't make use of the countermeasure, it at least makes my plane tougher. It gives my plane more hit points. So that's something, right? And we have some decent weapons on here. And if these weapons don't work, I can always reload, and we can try some of these other weapons and see if they work better, right? Like, we got options here. We got options. Okay, so the Sphinx is ready to go. Let's send it down to deal with the big threat right here.
Research complete.
Oh, nice. The Chiron, that got done. Yay. Which I swear I thought we already dissected or captured some of these, but I guess not. Let's see. They speculate they originate with from a more advanced structure than those used to gestate Arthrons and Tritons. They fulfill a support role attacking from great distances, although some mutations also have close-range capabilities. Alright. So we got more materials and some mutagens out of that, which, hey, mutagens, I'll take it. And it's opened up new research too. What's the new research? Does it say specifically what the new research is exactly? Heavy cannon development. Okay, so the Hell 2 cannon is available for production. So that's just a straight upgrade to our heavy weapons. That would be pretty nice. And Vita grenades. Huh. Oh, it's a heal grenade. Huh. And I kind of figured with the name, but still the idea of a heal grenade is just kind of funny to me. Alright, well, I'd say the heavy weapons, the heavy cannon, I definitely want that, but we also need to, there's some research we gotta do in order to advance things, so I'm gonna get on some of that. Alright, so now I save, and let's see if we can, let's see how well we fare against some of these enemy planes. Wait, marketplace in stock, production complete, Artemis Mk1, that's just guns for our plane, yeah. Alright, well, our first conflict should start pretty soon. Yeah. I guess it's not at the base yet, so we gotta wait. Oh, we got a Haven report. Or Pandoran intelligence report. Let's see. Haven reports and scientific observation. So I guess we're moving on to more mutations and things. oh boy, my favorite part of the game. So the Arthron Tyrant Champion. So it looks like, is that a grenade launcher gun? Or what kind of thing is that? Huh. I think that might just be a machine gun. But yeah, it's got a gun, it's got a shield, it's armored, and it spits venom. The Arthron Dragon Champion. So that has a deadly melee pincer. I think that's the grenade. Yeah, that's the grenade launching arm. And it's a little bit tougher and bulkier. It's got acid grenades. And then a Siren Harbinger. Evolved purely for the sake of massacre. Huh. While capable of mind-controlling enemies and psychically enhancing its own troops, the creature prefers to engage in close combat, melting away opponents' armor and slicing them to shreds to be avoided at all costs. So this is an even more deadly Siren. Which, again, I'd point this out. The Siren could already pretty much one-shot a dude if you're unlucky, right? Like, the normal Sirens can one-shot you if you're unlucky. I guess this one makes the one-shot a guarantee, huh? Alright. So, what's the threat here? They have a Void Chamber, radar guided, and they have spikes, long range air-to-air weapon. So they have a long range weapon and I guess just a weapon. We'll see how this goes. Oh, and Vexus, favorite genres when it comes to video games. I mean, I'm a fantasy kind of guy. I like, I like sci-fi like this, my XComs. But I mean, anything fantasy I love, and well, as far as mechanical genres go, I love RPGs. I'd say that I love fantasy RPGs specifically, or some variation of that, because that's kind of where I got my start with video games, Like, the very first video games that I ever played when I was a little baby kid that didn't know nothing, like Dragon Quest, right? The first Dragon Quest on the NES. That's like one of the first games I remember actually getting into, like really getting into. And I couldn't even read properly back then. Like, I couldn't read, and I loved Dragon Quest, and that game is like nothing but text. But I loved it that much, just the vibe of it, right? And ever since then, yeah, fantasy RPGs kind of have a place in my heart. But, over the years that's expanded, and I mean, I like all kinds of genre now, whether it's fantasy, sci-fi, contemporary, and then, I like strategy games like this. I love simulation games too. Like, my horizons have really expanded, and it's hard to peg any one thing that I really like above another. There are some genres that I wish there were more games to like. If I can say that before we do this aerial battle, that I'm very nervous about it. I like Vexus. I like the simulation genre in general, and that's a genre that can bleed over into other things. Like, you can incorporate elements of fantasy or sci-fi or whatever into that. You can have simulation mixed with strategy or RPG. There's, I feel like simulation as a genre is something that can easily blend with other genres. But like, as an example, when we played Mountain Blade 2 on the stream, my favorite parts of Mountain Blade 2 were not the big medieval battles, right? Like, the big medieval battles are fun and all. It's fun to ride around on your horse chopping motherfuckers' heads off, right? Like, yeah, that's fun. And the big, like, the huge scale of warfare is fun. But what I really liked the most about that game was the simulation element. Like, how the world was always simulating no matter what you were doing. You know, like kingdoms rose and fall without your input. Individual characters, you know, would like they'd have their own weird relations and their own conflicts and you know their own families and stuff and their own drama, and like that was all happening with or without you, and that was like that's all simulation stuff right there, and I liked the simulation stuff more so than the combat part of the game. So like yes, simulation is a genre that I wish there were more good games in that genre, and but anything even roughly in that I'm all into. Hmm. I mean, yeah, you know what? I played Super Metroid was the first one I played, and I did like it, but I never really got into Metroid as a franchise, even though that is one of those games that I played very early on, but I just like you know it's really cool, but I never really got that into it. And Castlevania is the same. I mean, I started with Castlevania 2, but I never got too deep into Castlevania. I do like I'll say this, I like a good Castlevania, right? I love me a good Castlevania type of game, or you know a Metroidvania as they're called. I like those kinds of games mainly because I think they have a really good gameplay loop. But I'm not like super into it, you know. Hmm. But yeah, for me, like I started with the JRPG, and that's kind of well. I mean, I guess I didn't start with the JRPG. Like the first games I ever remember playing was like I think Super Mario, the very first Super Mario Bros. On the NES. That's like the first memory I have of a video game, and it was like watching my dad play Super Mario Bros. And trying to teach me how to play the game, and also like I feel like this kind of solidified my personality going forward. But one of the first things, like little baby me, one of the first things that my dad taught me with Super Mario Brothers was like in I think it might be the first level of the game. Or it's one of the early levels, but like there's a point where like there's a turtle and it's on the steps near the end of the level, and basically you can land on the turtle in such a way that you just infinitely bounce on its back, farming points, which farms extra lives. And it's like, yeah, it taught me how to break the game, right? That's one of my formative memories. And I think breaking games has kind of stuck with me ever since. But you know, like my first real, like the first time I ever really got excited for just, you know, hey, I like this game and I want to play it, and I got into it, was Dragon Quest. And I guess yeah, I stuck with RPGs since then. I mean, the 2D space it depends. Like for me, I have a lot of love for 2D. I do. Uh, in the sense of like Metroidvanias with that very specific style of 2D. I will admit, when it comes to 2D games, I much prefer like a top-down 2D game. You know, like like the old Final Fantasies or something like that. I I generally like a top-down 2D more than a side view 2D. I feel like you can do more with the top-down. But the side-scrolling 2D games, like there is a lot of like there's potential with that view style. Like there's things you can do with that and ways that you can make it interesting and fun, but a lot of games just don't really make use of that. Like I've played, I've played some modern Metroidvania type of games that are 2D, 2D side scroller view, and they can do some pretty incredible things with mechanics. So like I don't think it's necessarily limiting, but you need the game to really make use of its perspective. And I think a lot of games just don't. And that's the problem, more than anything else. Alright, but I'm putting this off. I'm putting it off. I'm so worried that this fight's gonna go badly, and like Man, we don't really we really don't have a backup plan here. Like we got no fucking backup plan. Uh But yeah, to kind of wrap up with the simulations, yeah, like I think simulation as a genre, or like again, simulation is a pretty broad ass term, and you can apply simulation to a lot of things. Like, I mean, technically, this is a simulation, right? Like, technically, Phoenix Point, XCOM, etc. Like, technically, those are all simulation games, but they're simulation with strategy, you know. But like simulation with RPG, that is honestly a little harder to come by these days. And pure simulation games, like good ones, are also hard to come by. And when I say pure simulation, well, okay, games like SimCity or The Sims, they would fall under pure simulation. But like, that's not exclusively what pure simulation can mean. It's just there's a thing and you're simulating it in a realistic, or in just a way that simulates some level of reality, right? In some way. Like good games in that genre are, yeah, they're tricky to come by. And I think the reason why you don't see a lot of like, you know, sim slash RPG hybrids that are actually decent is I think mainstream gaming audiences don't really care about simulations. And I'm gonna be very honest. I think that's true even for The Sims. Like, have you looked at the sorry ass state of The Sims 4? Like, what that says to me is that the average gamer doesn't even care about simulation in sim games. Like, they want the visuals, they want things to look fun and to play fun, but they don't really care about the depth of the simulation, you know? So I think that's why the sim genre in general is kind of stagnant, is that there's just not a whole lot of public interest in deep simulations. Like most people, most gamers, I think, they want the simulation to be just as deep as it needs to be to give the illusion of like a living, breathing world or whatever, but they don't really care to look too hard into it. And I think that's kind of why it's a bit stagnant. Like it's very niche interest to really want like everything properly simulated. You know, like your dwarf fortresses, right? You know, most people, like, that's too deep of a simulation for them. So I get it. I get it. Anyway, speaking of, let's simulate this battle and see how badly it goes. 'Cause if this goes real bad, like I gotta think about what I'm doing. Also, I hope it's not a problem that I only have one soldier in my plane. I hope that's not holding me back. We'll see. Engage. So like, you just let it do its thing. I think it's better to let it do its thing. I think. Okay. So immediately, yeah, I launched missile, and then kind of immediately, like, oh, that goes poor. Oh, there goes my gun. Got no gun anymore. All right. Apparently, oh no, all of my radar guided weapons have minus 25% accuracy. It's gonna disable my weapons. Like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna disable my fucking weapons. If my weapons get disabled, I literally can't do anything. That's a problem. This ain't going great. But my main cannon here is not fully disabled yet, so we're still in the game. Hey, I think I got it. Yeah, oh, nice. Yeah, the plane-on-plane battles in this game are a little rough. I'm gonna be honest. Not, I don't mean bad. I mean like, it's hard to understand how to do good at these fights. You know, like I don't know how to do good. So I got 500 food for completing that.
You've always
Ooh,
stood
nice.
by our side, even when things got difficult. You fought for our havens and for me. That kind of loyalty means a lot to me.
So we hit 100% loyalty with Anu, I guess, for the first time. I thought we hit 100 before, but like, cool. We hit 100 again. I don't really particularly like the Anu faction, but like, yeah, we're still at 100 with them. Also, Vexus, I mean, for what genre dominates gaming these days, you might not like it, but what peak gaming looks like is gambling. I mean, you know, smartphone games. Like, I mean, if we're talking, like, here's the thing, right? If you don't make the distinction between quote unquote real gamers and, like, you know, people that buy and spend money on games, yeah, no, like the smartphone market dominates because it's just, you know, everyone's got one. And, you know, smartphone games tend to be very cash grabby, so they make a lot of money. So technically that's the dominant genre, unfortunately. But if we make the distinction of like quote unquote real video games, I believe stuff like, well, you know, stuff that kind of falls into the like live service competitive type of games, you know, like, I don't know, your League of Legends and stuff like that. I believe those would probably be like the most popular. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's kind of where it's at. And then, you know, again, a lot of this comes down to what, you know, do we make a distinction of what is real video games or not? And, you know, do we exclude whole genres or not because of that? Like, you know, like football games, right? Do we exclude those? Because those are insanely popular. Because people like football and or soccer, whatever you want to call it, but like both football and American football, people buy those goddamn games and spend a shitload of money on them because they like the footballs, right? But, you know, do we distinguish that as being real video games? I don't know. I don't know. Some people get really in, like, some people are nerds for football games, so, you know, who am I to judge? Like, it's one of those things, you know, we don't like to hear it, but the games that people like me like, you know, I like my simulations, I like my RPGs, my strategy games, you know, even like some of the most popular JRPGs out there and all that, like they pale in comparison to some of these you know, live service games that are basically just gambling with your smartphone. You know, they pale in comparison to that. So it's not, yeah, we don't like to hear it, but that's kind of like the funny thing is if you like real quote unquote video games, you're kind of in the minority these days. All right, so I guess yeah, I have a blessed alliance with these guys now. Do I get like a plot advancement with them now? Let's see.
Our war for humanity is not yet over.
Ooh, big gift.
Difficult battles still lie ahead. So please accept this gift. It will make you stronger, and a stronger Phoenix project is good for all of us.
Nice. 250 tech, 875 food, and 1,125 materials. That, honestly, that solves a couple of my problems right then and there. And with all that extra, like with all that food, I could trade a lot of that off for even more tech. So, nice. Okay, so I took down one of the yeah, one of the planes, one of the enemy planes. But unfortunately, there's still more enemy planes out there. So yeah, I don't even know if I'll be able to deal with that or not. I don't know. Like, we're in a bit of a bad spot. I kind of feel like we might need to manufacture, like, I honestly feel like we might need, like, maybe 2 more manticores even, I want to say. Because, yeah, I feel like I don't have enough actual plane, like, the radars are one thing, but I feel like I need more actual plane coverage, you know? I feel like that's the big issue here. Alright. SOS, under attack. Yeah, I know. I know. And then another one under it. Yes, I know. So the thing is that if we let, like, yeah, if we let bases, you know, if we let them come under attack, they'll get taken out. So can I swap out some things on my Chimera here? I'm trying to think if I need this to actually be like or what am I doing? Why am I I can scrap it. Not really what I want to do. I need to okay, so I need to put some new weapons on this and send it right the fuck back out there to fight again. So yeah, if I give it a Synedrian laser gun, if I give it some Prometheus missiles, then maybe it'll do okay. So radar. Okay, you know what? The Manticore Prime is not currently in action, right? So, okay, I feel like what might help out the Chimera, what might help the Chimera out more is if it has Oracle guidance. That way, if it's like in a storm or something, basically my weapons should actually be accurate, right? Like they won't suffer from a huge penalty, which is, you know, that would be great. Now, main problem here is the Chimera is badly damaged, so, like, it's not gonna last long in a fight. That's a problem. We have another plane coming. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, we researched the Pandoran telepathic nodule also. Let's see, it's discovered... I forget when we encountered this. I kind of forget. So let's see... Discovered during multiple autopsies, but initially dismissed as a tumor. The telepathic nodule, or T-cluster, is in fact an essential part of how the Pandora virus controls its victims. Located in the cerebral cortex, this cluster of Pandora virus-produced neurons can radically alter behavior, completely overriding the victim's sentience. More significantly, we have empirical evidence that the T-cluster is capable of receiving and transmitting signals of some kind over vast distances in a process akin to telepathy. It should be noted that the size of the cluster depends on the type of Pandoran. Arthrons, Tritons, and Chirons have minuscule, almost unidentifiable nodules, while those of Sirens and Scyllas, or Skillas, I'm not sure, haven't heard it pronounced. They are much more pronounced. The real question that must be answered, however, is this. Is the T-cluster only used for communication between Pandorans, or are they receiving orders from an outside force? Ooh, control. Research has once again gained controversy. To New Jericho, the existence of the telepathic nodule is unsurprising. They have always seen infection as an attack on human will, but it's made their relationship to the disciples of Anu deteriorate even further, as they now see the disciples as not only trying to pervert, but to enslave humanity. So, god damn it. So, I think they already hated each other, but now they hate each other even more. To Synedrian, confirmation that the Pandorans are controlled by an external force is deeply shocking. To the polyphonic tendency subfaction, it means coexistence is no longer as simple. The Pandoran creatures must be liberated first. But the terraformers argue that this is naive. The task is to take control of the Earth for humanity, not romanticize the alien invaders. I gotta be honest, I don't really think we're gonna get along with the Pandorans, whether they're under some sort of alien master's control or not. I kind of feel like we're not gonna, hold hands and find some unity with the crab mutants. I don't think that's really gonna happen. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you uncontrol them, and maybe they all suddenly they all wake up. I don't know, but I kind of doubt it. Alright, so the Disciples, meanwhile, have released a rare official statement from the Exalted. Behold, our people have drunken deep of the waters of life, and yet they are free. Our path leads not to enslavement, but to liberation from the flaws of the old flesh. So the Disciples of Anu, they like us more. New Jericho likes the Disciples less, but yeah, no change with Synedrian. We got signal disruption tech. Pandoran attacks on havens are disrupted, preventing damage or casualties until 4 hours after attacks are... So it prevents damage or casualties until 4 hours after attacks are effective. That's actually pretty fucking important, I'd say. Like, this would basically buy us some time to actually get to havens. I would consider that to be, like, priority fucking research, actually. Like, I know it'll take, like, over a day, but yeah, that's priority. Unless we have something very useful in the meantime. Like, what else do we have? Advanced technician weapons might be nice. I mean, I think we need to do a node autopsy to advance, so we'll do that. But then yeah, I think we'll do that, and then we'll do the signal disruption tech. But signal disruption tech seems kind of important. Ooh, we have Project Domovoy. What is that? So this is for the polyphonic tendency. A system for better protecting havens via the use of infrasound emitters that can disrupt Pandoran communications. So Pandoran colonies within range of mist repellers suffer a 20% reduction in global attack strength versus havens, and Pandoran attacks versus Phoenix bases within range of mist repellers take twice as long to be launched. I'd say that's pretty important too, but like less important than just giving us more time to respond to threats, Alright, so here's where I'm not sure how things are gonna go down. So I have the Chimera. The Chimera is damaged. So like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like, I don't know how well it's gonna stand up against the Charun there. But we have to try to protect some of these bases. We gotta try. Also, my food production facilities are done. That's nice. So okay, yeah, let's intercept and let's see how this goes down. I'm worried. But, let's give it a shot, right? We're gonna auto-battle, engage. I don't think there's anything I can actually do to, like... Yeah, nothing I can really do except speed the fight up, They're going for my Psi module first. Oh, nice. That actually went pretty well. Like, that went shockingly well, actually. So yeah, the Oracle guidance module, that actually really helps out. Like really, really helps out. Okay, I was just checking. Like we have a vehicle bay over here at Phoenix Foxtrot, so we want to make use of that to repair our planes. But okay, like we've defended successfully against 2 of the attacks. That's good. Now, yeah, the Chimera is really damaged, and also a lot of our equipment is damaged too, which isn't great. So the Sphinx is up. Now this is a bigger threat right here, and I'm not sure we're really properly equipped to handle the threat, but we gotta try, you know? We gotta try. So let's save, because, you know, there is still a random factor at play, so you might get lucky if you give it a second attempt. You might. Also, for the behemoth, I think, like, it goes back underwater when the disruption points hit 7, if I remember correctly, or it might go underwater before that. I forget exactly how the disruption points work exactly. But what I do know is we don't want to let the behemoth, like, we don't want to let any of these attacks go through, because then the behemoth is going to come and kill everyone, so we want to avoid that. Okay, so what do we got? So this is a Barith. This is the next largest class, I think. Got 750 hit points, so almost as much hit points as I have. It's got a lot more, yeah, it has a lot of weapons on it. It's got shock weapons. It's got long-range spikes with psychic guidance. Like, oh, that's some crazy shit right there. Oh, hey, it's got bioweapons. Okay. So yeah, we're using bioweapon countermeasures. So cool. That'll help that, I think. We'll see. Yeah, this is it's extreme threat level. All right, let's do it. It's going straight for my countermeasures. Straight for the countermeasures. Oh god. You gotta countermeasures down. Okay, well now it's. Oh, my weapons are. Oh shit. Oh man. Yeah, that went poorly. Well, fuck. Okay. Ow. So yeah, I can't beat it. Then I'm wondering. Okay, so let's reload. So I'm wondering what are our options exactly? I can't beat it in a straight up fight. I think the only thing I really could do is like I could poke it for a bit and try to I could try to weaken it, right? But like, yeah, I could try and weaken it, but I don't think that would really like to what end, right? I mean, I don't think I don't think the enemy aircrafts, I don't think they heal between battles, so like, yeah, we could try to weaken it a little bit and then come back to it with another plane and try to finish it off. If there's time for that. I don't know that there's time for that. Wait, disengage is grayed out. Does that mean like we're... Oh no, that might mean that we're actually like we might not be able to disengage, actually. Ooh. If we can't disengage, that's a little bit of a problem. Then it's like, oh. I don't know. So, also it's an overcast day, so visually guided weapons, they suffered -20 accuracy, and I think like this weapon is visually guided, I think. And if that weapon's missing a lot, yeah, then that won't go very good for me. I mean, okay, so like I'm thinking if there's any other weapons we can swap to. Yeah, so like this weapon is visually guided, and I think it's missing constantly, right? Like, I'm trying to look and see what's happening here exactly. And it's missing more this time too, which is good. But like, yeah, this is a visually guided weapon, I think, and it's not. Like, it's performing horribly right now. Yeah. Okay, but I think I see the problem, right? So the problem, like, honestly, that time we did a lot better. So there is a huge luck of the draw here. But the thing is that what I noticed is the enemy disabled our radar guided weapon pretty much. Like that's the first thing they did was disable our radar guided weapon, because our visually guided weapon, literally, it just wasn't really doing anything. It was basically just a waste. So let's see. Can I? Okay, so I have to be at a Phoenix base to edit the loadout, but like let's see if we can replace the weapon with something that is not visual based. That'll help. Yeah, I'm gonna try to help these guys, but like I need to change loadout. I hope there's time to help these guys. I really do. Okay, so right, the Sphinx. Yeah, so the new Jericho railgun, visually guided. Yeah, it's worthless here. Like right now, here it's worthless. So let's take that out. Do we have something that's not visually guided? Okay, so we have the Nomad anti-air missile. That is, that would work. Do we have any other planes we can pull stuff from? We don't. Okay. Okay. So yeah. If I go in with this loadout, it should work a little better. I wonder. We also have the ramming module. Ramming module has pretty fucking low accuracy though. So yeah, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. I could wait for my other Chimera to come, and that has another weapon that I might be able to use. But like, let's see how this does. All right. Oh shit! Oh shit! They've initiated a raid flight. Oh no. Oh crap. Well, at least we researched our node. So let's see, what's the... I swear, this is... I thought we already researched this, but I guess that was a different type of node we researched before. So what's... I'm looking for, like, key details here, because there's tactical stuff I want to get back to. Wait, let's see. Hold up. This sounds important. Let's see. The node must be a physical manifestation of the oniric delirium. It's quite literally the product of nightmares. We hypothesize that a Pandoran creature with telepathic ability provoked a massive oniric delirium event at the Haven, and that brought the node into being. We can further hypothesize that this required a substantial amount of biomass and a period of time. Once the node appeared, it took over the Haven and everything and everyone in it at the same time. The unfortunate inhabitants were somehow used to invoke the intelligence that subdued them. Can control entire human settlements and technology, including aircraft. So does that mean we're gonna have to worry about like are we gonna have to worry about nodes infesting places and then we have to fight off their jets and shit? Like, oh boy. Alright. I think I kinda remember having to fight one of those, and like, yeah, it is a nightmare to fight. So the Sphinx, guess what? Yeah, yeah, this town got hit, and I think that means that, like, yeah, I think that means that the big behemoth is gonna come back. Oh, great. Yeah. Okay. Well. Let's still try to do. Okay. Okay. So we have another plane coming. We have another plane. Yeah. Let's get that in here. Oh, we finished producing a fire suppression system. That's good. Intercept enemy aircraft fucking now. So I think one haven might get destroyed. Because we didn't help, like, yeah, they might. That might be a problem. Okay, so this is just a Charun, nothing too deadly. It's overcast weather still, so it's good that we switched out to the radar systems. I'm not sure if there's any way to tell, like, what the weather's like before you actually get there or not. Man, they missed like every single hit. They missed every hit, and we just annihilated them. And that's RNG for you right there, baby. But I think it's also just that, like, it was an overcast day, so, like, yeah, visual systems were all fucked, and I think at least one of their systems used visual feedback, and yeah, it didn't work out too good for them. But yeah, how do you tell? Like, how do you tell that, like, okay, currently it's overcast, cloudy in this region? How do you see that? Like, I don't understand how you are supposed to predict, like, what weather's gonna be coming up, or if you even can. So this is just more of the same. Yeah, more of the same. But our plane did really well last time. So I think the Synedrian laser gun, like, it has really good range on it. And the missiles do too. But the missiles are down now. Missile system's down. And now we're taking the damage. But hey, okay, clean that one up pretty decently. All right. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Look at that. So here's the thing, right? Like, I don't think you can do anything once the behemoth is threatening. I don't think you can do anything. Yeah, the behemoth is on the move. It's targeting a haven previously visited by one of the stray flyers that returned to the festering skies. So yeah, like, I honestly don't know if there's anything you can do to stop it at that point. Like, I'm panic saving now, but I think I think the haven is pretty much just fucked now, right? Like, I don't think there's any coming back from that. But like, I wonder if I put so the Chimera and all modules fully repair. Oh wow, it's repairing pretty quickly, huh? Yeah, so I do wonder if like can I do anything to prevent the calamity that is about to unfold? Can I? I guess we'll see.
Construction complete.
Oh, we got a training facility at Phoenix Omega. That's nice. Nothing on this vehicle's damaged, right? I'm just taking a quick look. I don't think anything on it's damaged right now, so okay. Yeah, everything looks clean. So I got 3 manticores in the area ready to man, I am panic saving like crazy. This game does it to me. But okay, so like, yeah, if I send a bunch of my planes over to the base, like, will they Like, can they do anything? I don't even know. Like, what? Like, what? What are you hoping to do?
It's under attack.
Also, apparently a haven's under attack. Another one. Ceremony of Innocence. What's this? We now have confirmed report of an individual dying during an ODI-related recurring nightmare. The victim, a 20-year-old woman in a Sanhedrian haven, was being monitored when the event occurred. And as per her wishes, the collected data has been released to the public for study. While the precise cause of death cannot be fully determined, there was a massive spike in unusual neural activity just before her brain suddenly shut down, almost as if she was being attacked. The Umbra grows in strength. Oh, okay, more touched by the void, but Umbra disappears after one turn. So the number of reports of encounters with psychoparanormal phenomena is currently peaking. So our people will see more oil monsters in the field. Okay. So there'll be more of those like temporary spawned in enemies, but now they disappear after a single turn. So I guess it's a bit of a trade-off, like good and bad, I suppose. Also, we have an invasion happening. Invasion happening at Haven Bellamy. Also, what are we researching? Okay, we're researching signal disruption tech. I think that's important. Like that'll give us a lot more response time to get to places like this right here. Which also, speaking of, we need to get over there now. Like right now. Also, we aren't manufacturing anything right now. Okay, let's fix that. I thought this. I thought that this was I thought it was a cyborg thing, but it looks like it's just a thing you can put on your guys. So actually, yeah, I want that. We got a lot of tech and materials right now, thanks to that big Anu donation. So yeah, I'm just gonna make a bunch of like really easy to make things. So some repeller modules, clarity helmets, you know, stuff like that, right? But then let's maybe switch focus, and I definitely want to have another Oracle module. I see how the Oracle module can really save you in certain circumstances. Because it seems to give weapons a secondary guidance system, and I can already see how important that is. But we might also want some other things too. Yeah, like this gives more hull. We might want more weapons that don't rely on visual feedback too. I mean, the Sanhedrian laser guns, those were pretty good. The laser cannons were pretty nice. Where are those in this list? Yeah, the Artemis Mark I. So that requires radar guidance, but that's fine. So yeah, I think get another one of those. Fire suppression systems are pretty nice, but like, yeah, let's get another Oracle module. Yeah, so more guns, more modules. Like let's just try to flesh things out a little bit on that. And this provides more armor plates, which is nice, but But for now, let's stick with this. So we're making a bunch of bunch of modifiers for our units, and then a bunch of modifiers for our planes, and I think that'll help out. Oh, apparently the infiltrator can level up. Well, we got to go defend the Haven now too, so get on that. But first off, let me just see what can I do with my infiltrator here? What do I got? So they can deploy decoys, which I can see how that would be useful. Ooh, deploy 3 spider drones with 1 action. I don't really know how good spider drones are. One way or the other is the problem. Do these weapons do shock damage? No. So I'm kind of wondering, like, what exactly do the spider drones even... Like, what do they even do? Like, I don't quite know what they do exactly. But I feel like deploying a decoy... I feel like that is something very valuable to just distract the enemy from, you know, from murdering everyone. Okay. So let's save. Again, I feel like there's probably nothing we can do if the behemoth wants to come after one of the bases. I think the base is just fucked. But, you know, can try. So now let's see if the Tiamat, it's a slow plane. It's a slow ass plane. But I do have a speed module on it, so you know, it's about as fast as a Tiamat can be. Alright. Pandorans have initiated a raid flight. Oh boy! Yeah, they're like, they're at it again already. Yeah, this is like, we're not even on the combat level of the game yet, but the game's getting real fucking hectic real fucking fast. Like, I am panic saving so hard. Okay, well, we've got these fun boys here. 2 Barreths, not just 1, but 2. We need to destroy all of these in order to stop the raiding from happening. So yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do about the behemoth. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna come here and destroy this base, and then, you know, and then leave. Like, no matter who I have stationed at the base, right? Like, I'm pretty sure there's nothing I can do to stop it. Like, unfortunately, I think these people are all dead. They just don't know it yet. But okay, so the Sphinx is ready to go again. Now we know that these guys are pretty tough. Let's move that over there. Yeah, like, we know they're tough, and also that any non-radar weapon is gonna have a really hard time right now. We know that much. So the Chimera, that's got to be our way to go.
The disciples of Anu Haven is under attack.
Yeah, I know all about it. And then that one is probably going down here. Probably. Okay, so now let's do a save, because we might need to save scum it a little bit. We'll see. Because that RNG, right? Okay. Intercept, I think it'll do okay. Oh, this is a fire. This is a fire one, not a virus one. So my my viral countermeasures aren't gonna help me here. Shit. Yeah, plane on fire. I should have used the other one. Our weapons are gone. Yeah, that didn't pan out very good. Got the napalm breath. I kind of like. See, here's a bit of the problem, right? Like, okay, if I have an issue with how this game works on the Geoscape level, so yeah, these enemy planes, like so the thing is you kind of need to go into every battle with specific countermeasures in mind, So like you prepare your plane and then you send it out, but like there's no way to know what you're dealing with exactly. Like when I look at the modules on the plane, they're all the same. There's no way to tell what's what. Yeah, like I can't tell what anyone is using, so like... So okay, let's engage the other aircraft. Is it like and let's hope it's not using yeah, I guess hope it's not using fire, right? It is using fire. So yeah, it would just be a death sentence to send my guy in here. Okay, well, go back to base then, I guess. Yeah, it's a little weird.
Construction complete.
Well, got a new research lab. That's fun. Okay, so yeah, that's currently disengaging, going back there. So let's hope this plane does a little better. Do I have another... Okay, I have another fire module on hand. This is the Sphinx, so let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's take that off, put the fire on, and then these weapons are good to go. Yeah, the aerial battles, like, I gotta admit, I like the idea of the aerial battles, but like I think the problem is it's so rock paper scissors with how the modules work and the weapons work that like you basically have to know the enemy loadout before you go into battle. If you don't, you just lose. And I don't really think that's great. And don't get me wrong, I totally get the idea behind it. Like the idea behind it is that unlike XCOM, you can't just have a one size fits all best loadout. Because that's how the modern XCOM games work. You know, modern XCOM, whether it's in the field or it's your planes, there's like the only thing that matters is the tiers. You know, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and the only thing that matters is that you're equal or higher tier to the enemy. That's really all that matters. Like, there's no loadouts, there's just the best loadout. So I totally get that they wanted to avoid that, right? But the problem is that, like, yeah, no, like everything is so goddamn specific that it definitely feels like, yeah, it feels like you have to go into each fight kind of knowing what's coming, and that's not great if you ask me. All right, so this is just a standard plane here, nothing too harsh. Watch it just destroy me. Okay, so one of my weapons is missing horribly. Oh, they're getting good hits in on me, like already. It's because yeah, I'm using psychic guidance, not like I don't have any actual real defensives on this plane. Well, we took a lot of damage, but we did it. Okay, that haven is safe. Cool. Don't have to worry about that getting wiped out. Alright, so now we go back here. And then the firestorm, yeah, let's have it deal with that, and this deal with this threat. Okay, so alright, we got a moment here. All the panic saving. Okay, so let's try this. We have the appropriate countermeasures now. Shit, we're still using Okay, it looks like the weather is clear. That's another thing. Like, how the hell do you know what the weather's gonna be? Like, how are you to know? There's so many variables that I don't really understand here. And I'm not sure if it's just me being stupid or and unobservant, or if there's just like it's just RNG. I don't know. So are we even gonna use the fire countermeasures? Okay, there you go. We used it, now it's broken. Alright, cool. So we're gonna go down real quick then. Okay. So that really wrecked our plane a lot, but it made it out alive. So that's cool. That's fun. I wonder if we can go in with multiple planes or not. I'm actually not sure. I don't know if we can go in with multiples. I feel like probably not. Probably not, right? But like, let's move this one over here just in case. Oh hey, we got 7 disruption points. Wait, does that mean that the behemoth is stopped? Because I just noticed, right? I just noticed the behemoth stopped going to the base. I just noticed that. Yeah, it stopped going to the base, and it's not flashing red anymore, so I think that means I think that's how you do it. I think that's the only way you can stop a base from getting wiped out, is if you get the disruption points up to maximum. Which is tricky. But alright. So yeah, the behemoth is leaving this base. It did not destroy it. Cool. Man. Ugh. Yeah, like, here's the thing. I'm not really sure, like, how are we supposed to counter, like, the aerial threats are getting, like, they're getting more and more intense. I'm not really sure how we're supposed to deal with it going forward. Like, I'm wondering if maybe we need, like, a better plane, but I don't really know that there is a better plane, right? Like, the Manticore it's an all-arounder, and, you know, an all-arounder means it's the most viable in the most situations. Also, yeah, these guys are just fucked. Like, there's another Haven under attack. Oh god, there's Havens under attack all over the place. But yeah, I think this Synedrian Haven might just be dead now. I'm pretty sure they're dead now. That Anu Haven might also be dead. Like, a lot of things are happening all at the same time right now, and it's not great. Alright, well, I mean, this plane should have about the same chance as our other planes, so engage. But I would say this is definitely, like, yeah, the aerial battles are definitely my least favorite part of Phoenix Point. And it's, like, it's not that this system is bad, it's just the way that everything kind of works is, it don't feel particularly great. Like, it feels way too much like everything is just up to random chance in a bad way. So I even went in with I went in with fire countermeasures, and yeah, we still got completely wrecked. Oh, that's nice. So apparently, yeah, apparently your guys on the plane, I guess they hit the eject button and get out. That's nice. XCOM would have just murdered him. Like, that's one of those aspects where I would expect Phoenix Point to be harsher than XCOM. Like, no, XCOM, you know, they just blow your dudes up. But Phoenix Point assumes that they hit the eject button before the plane explodes. Alright, well, let's give this another shot here. Because it's all RNG, right? So, like, if I literally do the same thing twice, I might get a different outcome. It's just RNG. And the Pandoran weapons, they've got a 10% bonus right now, so they're kind of, you know, they're at the advantage right now. Look at that! They didn't even manage to, like... So, like... That's how RNG this is. So, so the last time, my plane just got absolutely destroyed. Like, they blew all the modules up, like, all my weapons and defenses, blew it up, blew the plane up, and I did a good amount of damage to them, but, like, I still had a long way to go. This time around, they barely scratched the hull of my Sphinx, and they don't manage to take out any of my weapons. They don't even hurt my fire countermeasure. This is why I also don't really feel too bad save scumming on these aerial battles, because like this is so intensely RNG. It's not particularly fun. So I do the aerial fights because I have to, not because I want to. Also, yeah, hey there, Nisek. Hey there. Yeah, don't mind me, just bitching about random numbers. Like, I legit like this game a lot, and I can appreciate what they're trying to do with the aerial battles, but like, like, the way that it works in practice, it just feels random, and that doesn't feel good. Like, I went into the fight, like, I was even using the specific countermeasures that give me an advantage in that situation. Like, I was using the right weapons, the right countermeasures. Like, I went in about as good as you can go, and yeah, the first time I get annihilated. The second time, oh, it's a nice easy fight. Everything turns out great. They barely hurt me, and it's like that. Like, that's such a coin flip, right? And I guess to me, it shouldn't be such a coin flip. It should be more heavily stacked in or against your favor, depending on what you're going in with. But like right now, it just feels random. So, not a great feeling. Yeah, like I mean, try again. I understand what random means, but like when you go in with all of the advantages and no disadvantages, like it shouldn't be such a 50-50 coin flip like it is here, right? It should be a little bit more it should be more heavily weighted in my favor, like really heavily weighted in my favor. Like it should be hard to lose. But that's just how it works. And again, I like this game. I like this game a lot. I actually like a lot of the things that it does, but it's a stressful game to play, and some things I don't agree with, like the aerial combat. The aerial combat can just fuck right off, but everything else I generally like a lot. Even if I'm bad at it. So, okay, I can send all my planes back here now. I'm gonna send my planes back to get repaired. The behemoth, I managed to distract the behemoth before, like, it was just right about. It was right about to just gobble up that haven. So we managed to save them. Like, oh yay, the Disciples of Anu, my least enjoyed faction. We made sure they're nice and safe. Okay, so the Sphinx is that's our troop transport for this base. So I do have I have a hangar here, so I'm gonna send the Sphinx back here and I can get it repaired over there. Now, on the other side of the world, so yeah, the Tiamat is desperately trying to get to this Synedrian Haven before it gets completely overrun and wiped out. I honestly don't think we're gonna make it. I gotta be real, I think they're just done. But it does still come down to RN. Again, it comes down to RNG. So like we might make it or we might not. Unclear. I'll give it a like I'll give it 1 or 2 reloads, but otherwise it might pay off more to instead save the disciples of Anu over here. Like this one, I think I might be able to make it to. This one, not so much. Not so much. All right, so keeping my attention focused on this, saving out of pure panic. But like, yeah, they're going down. Oh my God, another 4. Man, so like, I had to deal with all of this nonsense over here, right? All this nonsense going on over here with the behemoth. But now we have like 3 havens all under attack at the same time. It's getting harder and harder to get my guys to where they need to be. It's getting a lot harder. I think what I might want to invest some of my my tech and materials into, I might want to invest into more troop transports. I honestly think maybe it would be a good idea to get another Tiamat crew up and running. And I like the Tiamat because, you know, you can carry more guys in it. It's a little slow, but you can carry more guys. Then again, might be best to stick with the Manticore. Like the Manticores are faster. The Tiamat, here's the problem. There's 3 bases under attack right now, and the only plane with guys on it right now on this side of the planet is this Tiamat. And the Tiamat is very slow, so it's probably not going to get to everyone. Yeah, like right now, let's see. Yeah, I've got 6 planes. Yeah, so I have 6 planes. 2 of those are for my troops, and then the other 4 are for, for combat, right? Or right now, I repurposed one of my crews. So like I repurposed one of my troop manticores. I repurposed it into a fighter because of all this going on. So right now I have 5 fighters and then 1 troop transport, but normally I'd have 2 troops, 4 fighters, and I just kind of spread them around as best I can. But I'm beginning to think that I need at least 1 more troop transport. Like here would actually be a good place, I think. Yeah. So I think 1 more troop transport, and then maybe 1 more fighter, and that might cover everything that I need. Man, a 2 Helios squad. The thing is, the Helios, I consider that, but like you can't have many guys on it. I think with a troop module, you can only have like 5 guys, right? Because it has a default capacity of 1, so you'd only have 5 troops, which I mean, to be fair, for a lot of missions, that's probably all you need, especially if they're good. But yeah, that is a pretty limited capacity. Wait a second. So like if you like, let's say you're about to do a mission or a haven defense or whatever, can you send 2 planes to the same mission and like combine forces? I've never tried because that just didn't seem like a thing you'd be able to do. Oh my God. The game never tells you can do that. And I mean, okay, look, sorry. As a player of, you know, old and new XCOM games, like that's just, you don't do that. Like you send a plane to the mission and then that's the mission plane. So yeah, I wish I'd known. All right, yeah. Well, now I know. So that might be an interesting tactic then. Yeah, since with a speed module, like you can only have 5 guys on a single one, which I will be honest, honestly, five really tricked out dudes could, honestly, they could probably handle most missions. Honestly, like anything that's not like super hard, they could probably do it. But yeah, like if I needed to, do a harder mission, then yeah, combining 2 Helios crews, that could totally work. Yeah, like give both Helios, give them a speed module. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Hmm. Ah. Yeah, I mean, now that I know that's a thing I can do, I'll consider it. Although I mean, making one Tiamat that's just, big slow ass plane like that, that does also work. Just, a different way to do it. The Tiamat's not like, it's not terribly slow when you put a speed module on it. Although, wait, what is it? Wait, I don't have a. Okay, there we go. I bugged out. Yeah, I put a speed module on this, so like it's not as slow as it could be. But this is definitely something to consider. Though, when it comes to defending against the behemoth and its flyers, though, I don't really know. Like, Manticores seem to work out pretty good against that. Like the Manticore, honestly, the Manticore does seem to be a nice all-arounder, and it's something that I can repurpose as needed. Also, a little panic save here. like what I do kind of like about the Manticore is depending on what modules you slap onto it, it can kind of fill any role that you need. Like it can be a good troop transport, it can be a good fighter, it's whatever. And I do appreciate having that versatility. I really do. Like the Tiamat's the only one that I'm kind of branching out on for a moment. I will say though, I wouldn't really consider using the Tiamat, like I wouldn't really consider using it for a troop transport until I got the speed module. Like the quick response module is so nice just on anything, but like it makes the Tiamat actually capable of getting to missions on time, because it makes it as fast as a Manticore. So that kind of evens the odds out a little bit. All right, so yeah, I'm feeling like we might not make this one, and if we don't, then I would want to instead do this one over here. But like, how quickly this ticks down, there is some RNG in it, so like I might be able to get it if I reload. We'll see. We'll see. Boom, there goes that. So like, okay, look, I'll give it a reload, right? Let's give it a reload, and maybe it'll go a little bit differently. That's the thing. that RNG factor in everything. But if it goes down, it goes down, and if I can't save it, I can't save it. That sucks, because it's a Synedrian Haven, and there aren't a lot of those. They build mist repellers, but I get it. I can't wait for this signal disruption tech. I can't wait for that to go through. Like, preventing damage or casualties until 4 hours after attacks are detected. Like, that would really help out. Now, I know that this mission that I'm doing, or I'm trying to get here, it was going to take me 18 hours to get there, so, But, like, 4 hours of buffer, like that would have been pretty nice. That actually probably would have been enough to save it, right? Yeah, no, you're not getting there in time. Can I get here in time? Okay. So we lost a Synedrian Haven. It sucks. But we can at least still try to defend this Disciples one, and we might be able to get to the Jericho Haven too. We'll see about that. I mean, yeah, I am considering, like, the only reason that I don't have weapons on every plane all the time is because I just, like, it takes time to manufacture the weapons and the, the support modules and all that. So, like, I kind of just swap things out as needed. But I am considering to have just some decent equipment on everything at all times. Just as an emergency backup, right? Alright, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's gonna hurt my standing with these other two, that's fine. I'm actually, the one thing I am doing good on, I'm doing really good on standing. Like, everybody loves me. That's hard to achieve. So, okay. It's a 10 attack strength, so I assume we're a medium threat. Oh no, oh. The worst distraction, sudden cat attack. Oh, my big silver cat has come in meowing hard. Oh, he's gonna demand that I feed him. Oh, but he is an adorable cat. I might have to cave to his demands. So, alright. Oh god, this is gonna be a night mission. Medium threat, so I'm like, maybe it won't be so bad, but night mission. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. Assuming I have time to do it. But, yeah, let me feed this cat, because he will not leave me alone until I feed him. Oh, man, how old is our cat? Actually, I'm having a hard time remembering. We've had him for a while now. I think we've had him since at least I want to say at least 2018, maybe 2019. So I guess he is, like, he's at least 5 years old now, at least. So I guess he's maybe more like 6 years old now. We're really bad at keeping track of that kind of stuff. No. But very big, energetic cat. Very demanding of attention, too. Oh man, an 18-year-old. Like, that's an old cat. This cat though, he's like a puppy with how needy and affectionate he is, and also he's a little dumb too. Well, I don't want to say he's dumb, but he's very food motivated. He loses his mind when food is involved. So, okay, give me a quick sec. Hold up. Let me pop the AFK. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me take care of this cat, and then we'll do this base and see how that goes. So, BRB, 1 sec. Alright, I'm back. He's happily munching away on some wet food right now. And hopefully he won't then also want a lot of attention and try to climb on my keyboard. Well, we'll hope. We'll hope. But yeah, this oh man, like our cat, yeah, he only eats wet food now too, and it's not because he's particularly picky about what he eats. It's because he fights so goddamn much that he's lost teeth. He's missing teeth. His gums are often in a sorry state because yeah, he's fighting all the time, getting a little injured. So he can only eat soft food. He kind of struggles. He struggles with hard food. But very, very adorable cat. Just a bit of a handful sometimes. Alright, well, I'm ready to go in. Let's do it. So, in this plane... Oh yeah, right, I actually, I have the space now, so I put a tank in here. I don't think I really have any good equipment on this tank, though. Yeah, all I have is the tech arm, which is not very great. I guess it is a full heal, right? Yeah, it's a full heal and paralysis remover, which is, you know, that's pretty cool. But I think the main thing about the tech arm is that it, yeah, like it doesn't do much damage, but it's a paralyzer. So yeah, so okay. So the advantage to this thing is if you can get in there and use it, you can kind of, in combination with some help, you could paralyze enemies pretty quickly with that, I think. So, you know, that and it's a bullet sponge. Like it's a tank, so it can take a couple hits. And that's primarily how I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it as a bullet sponge. Oh, also, I guess, oh yeah, I made a bunch of things here, so I should probably slap that onto whatever units can take it, you know? Oh no, this, hold up. Nope. Alright, he was trying to, he was eyeing my desk, and he was, like, going right for the keyboard, so had to politely shoo him away. Alright, so, I don't know, like, I got a couple mods I can slap on my dudes, so get that explodey resist, the psychic scream resistance, and I guess a unit that's going to be kind of more to the front, they might actually get something out of the repeller module. I don't really know how much use anyone's going to get out of the repeller, but, you know, maybe someone will get something out of it. And also, why I do want to capture some Pandorans again, but mainly it's for the mutagen, because, you know, we're doing Terror from the Voids, so there's a lot of things to use your mutagen on, such as curing your oniric delirium, and, like, everyone's getting it all the time, and it's just the worst. So if I can break down some Pandorans into mutagens, I'll take that. Like the food, look at this, I got plus 36 food. I'm doing great for food. Tech is my, honestly, I've found in every attempt to play this game, I've found that tech is the real bottleneck for doing anything. Like I always have way more food than I need. And materials, weirdly, you know, even though I can't make them, I don't know, materials, it feels like it's easier to get. But tech feels like a much rarer resource, or a harder one, like it's harder to trade for it in a good way. Because yeah, like materials, there's a lot of good trades of food for materials, but not really for tech so much. Or rarely for tech. Alright, so I put the repeller leg thing onto two of my assault guys, and gave them some protection to fire and blast, which, oddly enough, it doesn't come up nearly as often as you would think, but like when it does come up, you're certainly happy to have that extra protection. You know, when it comes up, right? Alright. Now wait, before I actually deploy my squad here, I might want to save. Because you can't save, yeah, you can't save in mission, so. Alright. Just so that my loadouts are all set in stone. Okay. And yeah, I guess I probably should, like, invest more, like, I should probably invest even more in food production, just crank that shit out, and just trade for it constantly, right? I guess that's the thing, I haven't really been thinking of food as my currency. But I mean, yeah, like, technically you don't actually use food for all that much. I mean, you use it to recruit new guys, and that's about it, right? Like, yeah, I guess you don't really have a lot of personal use for food. So, I suppose it does make sense to just, like, yeah, to mass produce food and then use it as a trade good. I should probably adopt that mentality, because, yeah, then, that might solve some of my resource problems. I certainly have plenty of extra slots at my various bases, you know? What do we got? A Revenant. So, oh great, he's resistant to paralyze. You know, that thing that, the tank, that's literally all it can do is paralyze. Cool. Cool. So, gotta defeat the Revenant. It's Stormtrooper, right? Yeah. I love how we lost the one unit Stormtrooper. We lost him, like, damn near the start of the game, and he's just been haunting us ever since then. I love that. Oh, we're starting on a rooftop, okay. Where's my tank? Oh, okay, so yeah, the tank. The tank can't be up there, so it's gotta be somewhere. Now, I guess the question is, where are the other Pandorans? So we know that Stormtrooper's over here. You know, our old good friend. But yeah, where's the other ones at? I guess they could be approaching from any angle. So, and oh yeah, I see this line here. So if I tell this to just go right here, it's just gonna plow straight through all this. I don't want to destroy the geometry, because then my guys can't use it for cover. So I'll try not to wreck too much shit. Let me just get through. Oh, oops, whoops. Fat tank coming through. Oh, okay, enemy spotted. What do we got? Where? Okay, we got 2 enemies right here. What do we have? So that's got a just generic gun. Okay. I'm a little worried that my tank is, you know, so close to all of them, but I don't know. It's a tank, right? It should be able to tough it out at least a little bit. At least a little bit. I'm gonna go with the assumption that the tank can tank a little bit, so I'm gonna set the tank up to do some fighting next turn. Oh, there's more of them. I see. Okay. But they're all out in the open, though. Like, they're all just standing out in the open. So if I have a sniper, they should be able to deal with that, right? Oh, my sniper is in just the wrong spot to do anything about any of that. Just the wrong spot. Well, I might be able to provide some Overwatch, and that might, you know, that might get something going there. No, not nearly enough Overwatch. Hmm. Well. Well. Yeah, like that. That's really it. That's my range, huh? Okay. Yeah, that's not it's not as good as I would have hoped. For some reason I feel like that's even shorter range than normal, which is I don't get that, but okay. Well, I can do an Overwatch shot with only one action point, so that means I can get him in a decent position. How do I get off of this building? I mean, I think no matter what, he's not really getting a decent shot in here. Not today. So, okay, just park him there, and then assume that that's gonna come closer. And also, yeah, just going back to the trading, like, yeah, I do like that you can... I mean, I hate that you have to go to a base to trade with it, but I understand why. But I do like that you don't have to go there with any specific plane or anything. Look, they totally could have done this, right? They totally could have made it so that you have to manually load the trade goods onto the aircraft and then send the aircraft to a base. They could have done that if they really wanted to be mean, but they didn't. I would not have put that level of realism past Phoenix Point, but I'm glad they didn't do that. All right, so okay, yeah, I can't. Like, unfortunately, starting up on top of this roof here, it's kind of put me in a very bad place, like a real bad place.
Let's do this.
So okay, I have Mr. Melee Man here to help me, but none of my guys, none of them really have a shot here, right? Like no one. Like that's not a great chance, I don't think. I could use the quick aim to get a second shot, but would a second shot really help me here? Because, like, this is already incredibly inaccurate. So giving it a second shot at even worse accuracy, probably it wouldn't do any more than this is gonna do. So yeah, I'll just give this a shot. See what happens. Disable the leg.
Already there.
Now, yeah, I have this wonderful melee here. So what's he got? And he's expendable now. I want to, point that out. He is wonderfully expendable. So I'm gonna try and just dash with him. Yeah, I'm just gonna have him like dash straight into the middle of the enemies, or as close as he can get with his willpower and action. And I'm just gonna use him. I'm gonna use him as a cheap distraction when possible. So yeah, just right out in the open. Now we do have that over there coming at us, so don't forget about it. We got like no chance to stun that. I don't think there's any chance to stun it.
I've got this.
So yeah, I just go for the shot on this one. And again, low accuracy at this distance. But I'll take some basic shots, why not? That's the kind of Pandoran that like it spreads the black mist out, right? So don't really want everyone to be standing in a straight line, I don't think. Probably bad. Do I wonder, like, would we have much of a shot from all the way over here? Probably not. I feel like probably you're not really gonna get anything going here, but if you get, there's a chance, right? There's a chance I'll take it. Okay, so my tank is directly blocking me. I'm being directly blocked by the tank on all sides, so that does, yeah. Man, I ran into exactly the wrong place. Like I thought I had more of a clean shot from there, but yeah, I apparently I ran into the absolute worst spot you could stand in. All right, try to get a little bit I'll get a little bit closer, and I'll take the less accurate shot. But yeah, I really jumped down into the absolute worst place I could possibly jump down into. There's a little chance we could hit our own guy here, but let's give this a shot, right? Okay, I didn't shoot my own tank, so that's a positive. Yeah, I feel like I might have overreached a little with the tank, so I'm kind of worried that he's going to be in trouble next turn. But I do have a bunch of people over here that can do something about that, so I'm not super worried unless the tank really goes down fucking fast. I'm not overly worried about it. And we got to deal with this too, so yeah, let's get our heavy in. Okay. Can't really do anything. I don't think I don't think that quick aim helps with grenade tosses. As far as I remember, yeah, that doesn't do anything. So nothing productive I can do with this guy other than, yeah, I can't even do an Overwatch, so I'll just hunker down. And then the tank, technically speaking, the tank could still try to do something, but like practically not really. So yeah, I'll just end turn. Funny, if I hadn't moved the tank there first, okay, this is the Disciples. If I hadn't moved the tank there first, then I probably would have had a better shot on that one guy. Oh, okay, we got enemies over here, so be mindful of that. So yeah, how much damage can our tank take? Yeah, that did almost nothing. But it is kind of, yeah, it's a bad spot for the tank. So whoever that is, yeah, they're just gonna get fucked up. Okay. So I think next turn maybe send someone down to see what's going on in there. Oh yeah, yeah, even when it gets point blank shot, like yeah, it can take a lot. Ooh, thruster's disabled. That might be a problem. Yeah, so at least against these enemies, the tank is actually, it's fulfilling its role, and the main reason I brought the tank along, because I knew it didn't have good weapons, the main reason I brought it was to be a bullet sponge, like just, you know, something to eat shots so that my normal guys don't get murdered. That's what it's there for. And it, thumbs up, it's doing the job. Great sponge. God, I love that reactive fire. I love it. Every now and then, it gets me in trouble, okay? Like, every now and then, there'll be missions where you don't want to kill the Pandoran, and then everybody reaction kills it. But other than that, I usually like and appreciate the extra firepower. You know, the extra shots in. I usually like that. Alright, so if I... if I quick shot twice, yeah, ooh, that's good accuracy right there. Okay, so as long as I don't have to reload, which I might have to, but if I don't have to reload, I don't know, we might be able to kill it like this, maybe. Alright, and quick aim again. This might not be a full takedown, but still. Good shots. Yeah, it's almost down. Okay. So we have this melee man. Let's get him a little closer. He's 110% expendable. Alright, he won't be able to... He's not going to be able to do a melee strike, but he will be able to shoot with his pistol. It's not a very good pistol. Like, it's a pretty shitty pistol, actually. But might be enough to get the job done. Might be enough to kill this Alpha Tyrant here. Or, yeah. An Arthron Tyrant Alpha. The naming conventions just get longer and longer. Try that one again. Shoot the leg. Okay, that worked. So I'm not exactly sure what the tank is actually going to be able to do. Well, okay, I think I need to move the tank one way or the other. Alright, so if I want to get an electric strike range, I gotta, like, I actually have to be in the range here. Oh, we can... oh my god, I forgot that this thing can, yeah, can leap. I kind of forgot that's a thing it can do. So yeah, let's try and maneuver this a little bit so that it's out of, I think, hold up, I think it'll be able to, like, where will this be able to attack from? Like, that almost feels like it's too close. Let's position it here. I mainly want to move it out of the way of a couple things. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about the little Myrmidon. Like, that's not gonna kill this tank. So let's give it a little electric strike. I love the look of that, right? I love the look of the tentacle arms coming out of it. And it does a lot of stun damage, just not enough. Not enough. Okay, so yeah, leave that alive. We're gonna bring that in to melt it down into either mutagen or food, probably the mutagen. And then, okay, I only have enough points here to do a single quick aim, so I won't be able to, yeah, I won't be able to quick aim on both of these guys. Yeah, I think I want to do a regular shot and just try to kill this guy. Like, I'm not gonna kill him if I go for the shield, so I need to hit its meteor parts. Alright. Alright.
Eyes peeled.
So, yeah, Myrmidon, just leave that alone. I guess technically we could, yeah, there's a chance we could kill the shield, like we could shoot through it. So aimed burst, I very rarely use that. But next shot gains double burst, 30% accuracy. Yeah, extra accuracy, and it's a double burst, so why not? Let's do it. Honestly, I don't really see how like it doesn't feel like that's as powerful of a shot as it should be. Like for the amount of, you know, willpower and action points that it needs, it doesn't really feel like it does a whole lot, honestly. Feels kind of weak for what it is.
Ready to roll.
Alright, so I think
Ready.
like anyone could just shoot this thing and kill it at this point, right? We could also probably do a lot of damage to that too. So we know that there's dudes over here, and you know they're in trouble, right? And I feel for them. However, let's try and kill this revenant over here because you know, he could be a problem. Okay, so now I can take Henry Townsend here. I can take him inside the building and have him back up whoever is, yeah, like whoever's down here. We can help them out. Good enough spot. And then I could just overwatch to help them, I guess. I don't know if these are ranged or melee enemies. I don't know what they are, so I'll just, you know, let's do a little overwatching just right here. Alright, and then I still have my sniper, which at this point, I don't know, I mean, do I want to just... I kind of just want to have the sniper go in with his little stun pistol, because probably is about as useful as he can be. Or, I mean, I have... What else am I going to do? I could take a little shot here and try to break through the shield, or at least damage it severely. Or try to get lucky on the carapace, maybe? Or miss! Or completely miss. And just don't hit anything. That works too. It's all good. Okay, well, I kind of need to get off of the rooftop. One way or the other, I need to get off that roof. But yeah, I'm not really worried about the Aspida. It's a spider. That's a spider. I don't know what else to do with it right now, so I'll just leave it. And I don't think anything is gonna kill it. Like, I don't think these two are going to kill it. Oh, what's he? He's just going in there. He's getting in. I mean, he's melee, so... I think they might have just solved the problem for me. No, I think they're still alive. Maybe not. They might have just died right there. So is he gonna, like, I'm hoping he's gonna, yeah, he's gonna focus on the melee there, and he's not one of my guys, so he's completely disposable. He is cannon fodder. Ooh, I think they killed him. Yeah, they killed that guy. Man, took him right out. Okay, so let's use this, and let's get a stun. Okay. I'd say the little Myrmidon there, I'd say he's pretty locked down right now. I'd say. I could give him one more zap for good measure. You know, just make sure he stays down, because we don't know how long this is gonna take, right? So, all right. So with our expendable man, get in there and melee punch him. Oh, kind of a weak melee hit, honestly. I'm wondering if it would have been better to shoot him with the gun. Man, he's a little bit of a weak melee. And now just aim your gun directly inside of their body. It'd be hilarious if this misses because I'm actually too close, right? That would be kind of funny. Okay, I didn't miss. I didn't miss. It kind of looked like he missed for a minute there, and I would have hated it, but I would have understood because I was kind of like when he was aiming with the pistol, his arm was inside of the character model of the enemy. So I kind of would have understood if it missed, honestly. I can do a jet jump, but yeah, then you're not going to be able to do anything else, so...
There's nothing.
I'll just try to get a little closer to the action.
I see another one!
Oh. Oh yeah, that might actually just drop dead next turn. Like, yeah, that might not be a thing in the next turn. Alright. So, can I get around its shield already? Not quite. Alright, so I need to position so that I can just get a nice, good shot on its exposed part.
Firing target.
There we go. That's so close. But with that much damage, yeah, it might just die. Or we could try and get a little extra shot in here. I forget. Okay, I forget if there's a penalty for accidentally killing the friendly mutants. I honestly can't remember if you get penalized for that. Like in XCOM, I think both in the old and the new ones, if you accidentally friendly fire a civilian or something, like, oh no, you get penalized so hard for that. I don't know if that applies in Phoenix Point. I'm not sure. Who would know? Who would know? But let's just let's try to kill this. Alright, and then the Myrmidon's left, but it's not a threat. It's been neutralized. So I'll just kind of let's sneak around the back. As far as I know, there's only like one enemy left, right? There's just one.
Here. Moving.
I could try and like get in range of this guy, claim him as my own, and then use him to go out and kill the enemy. I think that'll work. There was another one here, right? I don't really know what happened to the other thing that was here, but it's gone now. You just shoot him in the foot. I love it when you get like foot kills like that. Oh, mission done. There's just something really funny to me when you clearly are just shooting them in the toe and they just explode and fall over. Alright, so yeah, the Aspida is very damaged right now, but it's fine. More points for the pool, and Henry leveled up. Now there's another threat on the board, which is the Jericho base is under attack. So I'll try to intercept that, and hopefully we can. I'm still a little bit sad that we lost the Synedrian base, because as far as I know, they're the only ones that build mist repellers, right? Like, you and Synedrion, those are the ones that make mist repellers. I don't think New Jericho does. And I'm pretty sure the Disciples of Anu don't believe in that kind of thing. So yeah, every time a Synedrian base goes down, I'm a little sad. Also, they don't have that many bases in the first place, so that's extra sad. I will say, I kind of wish there was something you could do about destroyed bases. Like, I wish there was, maybe it took a ton of time and resources, but I wish there was some way you could, like, rebuild them and repopulate them. I know the nature of the game is that everything is just falling into to deeper sewage as you go along, but I don't know. I wish you had the option, right? Because sometimes it feels really unfair when a haven goes down. Alright, we failed to identify the origin of the attack. Great. Alright, so I think we can make it over here in time. I think. Also, I should definitely start moving my planes around to a better location. Like, I don't want all my planes... Like, right now, I think most of my fighters are down here. I don't want to keep them there. Like, I like to have them in kind of centralized locations for, dispatch to deal with the behemoth raids, right? I think, like, here, here in Central America is a good place to have my fighters at. But with, I don't know, with the fighters, I kind of like to keep those all over the place also, just, like, so someone is near when the behemoth pops out, right? But keeping them at a base so that I can swap their weapons and modules out in case, like, I need specific loadouts for specific threats, right? It's a tightrope. This whole game is a tightrope. Before I do that, though, let me go ahead and, Henry leveled up, so what can I do for him? Minus 10% damage from adjacent enemies, so that's basically you get meleeed. And you have a little defense against that, which, that's nice. Now, it would be dipping into the Phoenix pool, but we're doing missions, so we got Phoenix pool to go around. So for me, I honestly feel like for most of the classes in the game, I feel like the best thing you can do for them is to give them heavy training. Like, honestly, that feels like the best option most of the time. Like, no matter what class they are, right? It doesn't matter. I honestly feel like heavy training gives the best, most versatile secondary abilities you can possibly have. Namely, return fire. Like, you can straight up kill the enemies on their turn with return fire. Like, if your whole squad has return fire, the moment that the enemies start shooting at you, like, everybody just unloads, and you can, like, I've seen that win a map before, is just return fire and nothing else. And then hunker down, like, well, yeah, if you're in a bad situation, you can't really do anything more productive, and you're gonna get shot at, then yeah, hunker down, and it's only 10 extra armor, but, like, that 10 extra armor has saved my units before, so, I wouldn't discount it. And you got Skirmisher, so yeah, if you take damage during the enemy's turn, so, if they hit you on their turn, then you deal 25% more damage until end of turn. Which, now, I'm a little unsure if that means, like, does that help me on my turn, or is it only in their turn? Even if it's only on their turn, combine that with return fire, and actually, yeah, that works out really good still. But the main thing I love from heavy is shred resistance. Like, shred damage reduced by half. That is life-saving right there. Game-changing, life-saving, at least as far as I'm concerned. So those two things really, right? Return fire and shred resist, like, that alone is enough reason to go heavy for me. But then, yeah, hunker down, and then, you get a little bonus to your return fire, like, oh, that's nice too. I guess you got Rage Burst. So shoot 5 times across a wide arc with increased accuracy. I don't know about that one. Like, I can see the use in it, but I've never personally gotten any use out of it. But I don't know. To me, I kind of look at like what else could I go than heavy training, and none of the other options for what they give as a secondary. None of the other ones really feel like they give as much as heavy training does. Like, there's some good stuff. I think, like, Technician, you can do a 10 armor buff in an AoE, and that, you know, it only lasts for 1 turn, but that's useful. That is pretty useful, I'll admit. It's basically giving everyone hunker down, but they can still act. So, you know, that's good. But other than that, nothing else that Technician as a secondary does, nothing else really feels worth it to me. So yeah, I don't know. I have yet to really see anything better than heavy for a secondary. Not to disregard other things, it's just other things don't feel as good. Alright, let's go over here, and while that's moving, let's go ahead and adjust where some of our planes are. So, yeah, we can keep a plane there. Firestorm is badly damaged. Do I have another base anywhere around here? Okay, I can put one over here. So, alright, Firestorm goes up there. The Chimera can stay down here. So, Chimera here. Sphinx goes back to its Central America base, and then it becomes... I turn it into a troop transport again. And then Aurora to the other one. We had one more, right? We had one more... Yeah, we have the Manticore Prime over here. So that... Right now it has nothing on it, right? I need to fix that. So Manticore Prime, get a security system on it. New Jericho railgun. The Synedrian pistol, or not pistol, laser gun. Okay, that's like that. That's some good basics. If I need to swap things around, then I can swap them around later. But I do think I should probably manufacture some more planes. I do. Because I'm feeling the intensity when the behemoth pops up. I'm really feeling the intensity. Oh no, another cat came in. Oh, where'd she go? the small cat came. Oh no. I'll get to her in a second. She just came in squeaking. Etermes. Yeah, I mean, it's just for me. Like, I go by, you know, I just go by what works for me, and for me, the way I play the game, right? I tend to play these kinds of games very aggressively, often, you know, against myself, but because I tend to play recklessly, I find that making my guys a little bit tougher and a little bit like basically anything that can mitigate me acting foolishly, it works for me. You know, like, that's kind of the best thing I can do. So if I'm gonna send my guys in way further than I should, and with less cover than I should, then it's probably a good idea that they fire back, and, you know, that they have some extra survivability with the shred resist. It's kind of a good idea if I'm gonna play that way, you know. So, like, I'm not saying it's the ideal for everyone, because I do acknowledge that there are good abilities in the other classes to use as a secondary. It's just like, yeah, for the way I play, this is probably the best choice for how I play the game. And I countless times I've had my guys be saved by the the reactive shots. So yeah, it works for me. All right, but my bigger issue is kind of the plane thing. Like, I don't know. Oh, also I haven't done anything with the archaeology system yet. I've never found anything. So let's see. I do have. So we have the Aspida, right? And right now all it's got is it's got like its tech arm. And I think that's this thing. So what else can I put on it? Okay, we have the neural turret. Is that? It's also a paralysis thing. Huh. So the piercing damage is not all that. Yeah, like the normal damage isn't all that great. It's only a 2-point difference in paralysis. I feel like this is probably the way to go, right? And also, I'm trying to remember. I forget if you can mix and match parts with the vehicles or not. Like I don't know. Could I put like a Hailstorm GT on my Aspida? I don't know. I've never done a whole lot with vehicles in the game. But I mainly use the tank to stun anyway. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe we replace the tech arm with this. Because the effective, yeah, I mean, it's a gun, so the effective range is a lot better. Oh, it's got 4 bursts, too. This has only got 2 bursts. Now, I think that means overall, this is more effective then, I think. Like, just overall. So, yeah, I definitely want this, so I'll put that on the list. Okay, can't mix the different parts. All right. So I do have to stick to the Aspida parts, which is fine. I kind of figured it would work that way just because of like model animations and stuff like that, you know? It's fine. But I think probably the neural turret's what I want to go with here. And I mean, the tech arm is still nice because it repairs and heals, so that's cool. But yeah, this just seems overall better for how I'm gonna use the tank. And I don't know, is that all I can put on there? What else can I slap on the Aspida? It looks like nothing. Little limited. Oh wait, here we no. Okay, yeah, this is for the Aspida. Okay, what does it do? So we got hull upgrade and an engine upgrade. Stim Cloud. Ooh, all allies within 5 tiles recover 2 action points. I mean, if I have people surrounding the tank, then that's pretty good. Otherwise, it won't get a lot of use. And then the improved chassis. So, passengers restore 80 hit points and 5 will points at the start of each that is pretty goddamn nice. I mean, I see a use case for both of these, but like, yeah, like if I need someone to, oh, it adds to seats as well. So like I could put multiple dudes in there and just have them recovering like full heal and also get their will points back. That I see a lot of use in that. So okay, we're gonna get some parts for the Aspida, and then it won't. Like, it won't suck quite as badly as it does now. Yeah, there's a couple of things that we need to capture, and I feel like, yeah, this paralyzed tank is, might be a good option. I do like the Aspida, I'll say that. I never really used vehicles before because I just never had the space, but now that I have a Tiamat with tons of passenger space, so now I can afford to. The Aspida is an interesting one. I think I like that it's a more support and paralysis based unit. I think I like that. But it's one of those things where, if you kind of have to plan to use it, and if you don't really have a plan, then something a little more general or just more guys would probably be better. But I can see the good uses for it. I can. Now, okay, we have some extra materials and all that, right? Extra materials and tech. How much does it take to make another whole-ass other plane? So Helios are actually kind of cheap, I think. Well, they're cheap on the materials, not so much the tech. So here's the thing. I definitely feel like I want more planes to engage with the Behemoth. But I'm also thinking it might be a good idea to have a third crew available. And, like, to have a third crew available and ready to go. And maybe... Okay, so I never knew you could combine crews. I never knew that. We might do that, we might not. But here's a thought. So, I like my Tiamat. It's great. It's a little on the slow side, even with the speed mod. But it's great as a main mission team. And then we have our backup team on the other end of the planet, and that's just, you know, that's for threats over there, right? But what if we had a really fast, like, I mean, super fast vehicle, and a smaller team, so only, like, you know, 5 guys, right? Because I think that's how many you can have in a Helios with a speed module on it. But the Helios is already very quick. So you have a super fast plane, just get 5 pretty good dudes on it, and that can be sort of our spot cleanup team, right? Like, we've had multiple situations where, like, 3 bases come under attack all at the same time, and there's no physical way that I can get any one team in a Manticore or a Tiamat over there in time to deal with all of it. So having at least one, like, really fast team might be a good idea. And just sort of have that, like, I could station it sort of in between my 2 main bases and just have it, like, yeah, have it be a go-between to deal with extra threats, right? Like, extra base threats. That's probably something I should have done a long time ago, but, you know, better late than never. That's how we roll. Always better late than never. So, okay, it looks like I have one excess quick response module, but I don't. I took that off of the Sphinx. I'll put that back on. Also, I need to come up with a better name for some of these planes. I like to give them all names, but, like, I didn't name the Tiamat because it's our only Tiamat, but I want to give it a better name. Alright, so, yeah, let's make another quick response module. These Air Force mods, both the planes and the mods, they take so much resources. So much. But, okay, so we have another Oracle module coming. The use case for that is it's a little bit selective, but there's been times where I need it, or I just don't hit the enemy. And it's really good when it works out. So we get that, we get some more gear for our tank, and then we make a new plane, and yeah, we should probably start putting together a new team too. Like, we need to actually put a team together to go on the Helios. So building up a new team, that'll be a whole struggle, but I guess so I can hire new guys with food, but they'll be naked. I could go to the market area thing and we could buy some guys, but that costs, I think, materials. I guess we're good for materials. Probably want to do that. Maybe a combination of it, but yeah, we'll start working together to get a third team ready to go in that Helios. All right. And oh yeah, Manticore Prime is all ready to go now, so I wanna station that somewhere where it can deal with the Behemoth, but also where there's an air base, so that we can, swap out parts and repair it as needed, all that good stuff. I think base 8 over here is a good spot for that. Okay. And then this is currently en route over here. I should be able to make it, right? Yeah, 10 hours. I think it'll be fine. Probably fine. I didn't know that this mod is like still ongoing. I kind of thought I thought it was like, you know, done, but curious to see more. I mean, also panic save. I love to panic save. But let me say this: I never finished the original Phoenix Point, like unmodded, right? Never finished it. I kind of gave up after a certain point. I'm not sure how deep in I got or not, but I will say this: with Terror from the Void installed, I overall enjoy the flow of the game a lot more. In some ways, the game feels like significantly harder. In other ways, it feels a little more comfortable. I think overall, the game feels more comfortable to play with Terror from the Void. Like it kind of feels more like more like the I don't want to say intended experience, but more, I don't know, more of a player-friendly experience while still maintaining what Phoenix Point is. But I'm sticking with the game a lot more with this mod on, and when I noted, like, from what little changes I notice, a lot of things I don't notice because I never beat the game, but what I do notice feels better overall. That said, the way planes work, like right now, for me, the way that aerial combat works, it feels absolutely terrible. I've said it before, I understand what Phoenix Point wants to go for with the aerial combat. I really do. It just feels bad and way too random. Like, way, way too random. The original devs noticed. I mean, honestly, I will say, like, the Terror from the Void mod, it feels very natural. It feels like it integrates very naturally with Phoenix Point, and it does feel like, yeah, feels like it could have been a legitimate patch update or a legitimate, you know, DLC expansion thing, right? It fits very well overall. And I'm enjoying the game a lot more with Terror from the Void. So, like, for me, this is kind of the ideal way to play. You know, feels like how it should have played to me from the beginning. I mean, yeah, the whole thing with flyers in this game, it's all around kind of weird. Like, I'll be honest. Okay, real quick, can I be honest? I don't really think this game needed flying threats. And I mean, on one hand, I do like, you know, I like having to manage my Air Force and all of that, you know, I like having something to do with my jets. But at the same time, I don't know, it doesn't, yeah, like flyers, because flyers were initially added with a DLC, right? That's what I remember. And I remember there were mixed feelings about it back then. And I can understand why. To me, the game doesn't, this isn't the kind of game that needs flyers, really. To me, having flyers just felt like, well, you know, this game is like XCOM, right? And XCOM's got flyers. Shooting down UFOs is a major part of XCOM. And XCOM players are going to come to this and they're going to want to shoot down flying UFOs. So, you know, get on it. But it never really felt like a game that needed that element, you know? At least to me. Maybe other people absolutely love it. But to me, when the Behemoth comes out, my game experience gets significantly worse. I mean, yeah, just more stuff for aircraft, but not necessarily like the air engagements, you know. I don't know. like I said, I do like the idea of having something to do with my planes. It's just it never really felt like shooting down UFOs is really what I wanted, you know. Either way, let's deal with this threat here. Also, wait, real quick, what do we got going on our queue here? So we're manufacturing Oracle, which, well, that's a mod for the planes. Let's see. We're researching the signal disruption tech. I'm looking forward to that because that sounds like it might save a couple of bases. And I know we have more going on than just making mist repellers. I know we got more going on than that, but I can't see it actively. Oh, I just thought I could probably activate some more bases, right? I know there's more bases we can activate. Though I'm not really seeing any in any good spots at the moment. Like at the moment, not really seeing any great spots that we haven't already activated. Yeah, not really. So, okay. Then in that case, yeah, let's just... I was thinking I want to queue something up, but I guess we're good. Alright, Tiamat, get over here nice and slow. And the Sphinx is rearmed. The Sphinx is back at home base, which means we can could swap the stuff out on that. So yeah, Sphinx, I normally use that as a troop carrier, so taking all the stuff off of it. I guess I could still use it to fight with, too. I mean, yeah, there's nothing really stopping me from using it to fight with, I guess, but... You know, no reason not to slap some guns on there, but I don't really feel a huge need to do that. I don't know, like, yeah, it's in a base, so I do like you can just swap parts out however you feel like, so... If it needs to fight, it can fight. Right now, it doesn't need to. So let me rearm the Sphinx crew. Where's my... Not my Phoenix Point guys, my Phoenix Omega guys. So just load them up. And I want to make sure... Not all of these guys go on the plane, I don't think. Like, not all of them need to go on there, but, oh, do I take Bubsy or Smooth Jazz? I'll leave Bubsy in reserve for now. So, let me just make sure my Sphinx crew is alright. Everyone on there has armor. Oh, wait, this guy! Right, he's just some rando that I got. Is he even equipped properly? Yeah, he is. He's properly equipped. He's got a shotgun. I guess he's usable. Got heavy training and assault training. So is this that virus shotgun? Because the virus shotgun I never had a lot of good luck with. Normal shotgun. Okay. Give him a grenade and he's good to go. Yeah, they're fine. Alright, that team is all fitted out. Then it's back to watching my Tiamat very slowly hover its way on over to this base. I say very slowly, but it's going at 500 speed, which is, like, that's normal Manticore speed. Like, that's a Manticore. I guess all my Manticores, though, I put the speed module on it so they go even faster. Alright.
Research complete.
Oh, yay! Signal disruption tech. So it's a collaboration with New Jericho scientists has enabled us to devise a multi-wave beam that interferes with Pandoran T-cluster reception. These waves can be projected from any suitable equipped satellite towards havens, improving our ability to defend havens by delaying the Pandoran incursions. Yeah, this one, I mean, this just sounds kind of like a critical research right here. Yeah, Pandoran attacks on havens are disrupted, preventing damage or casualties until 4 hours after the attack is detected. So Yeah, it basically just gives you a 4-hour buffer period where nothing is happening, which is great. Because some havens, they come under attack and there's very little time to deal with it. But even if there is time to deal with it, it's nice to have more time to deal with it, you know? Like, if we'd had that research done before, like, 5 fucking bases all went under attack at the same time, we probably would have been able to save this Synedrian haven over here. Probably could have saved it. Because I only missed it by like 3 hours, so yeah, it would have been safe. But that is how it goes. Oh, what are we researching now? Advanced mutation technology. I don't think we really need that right now. I think there's probably better things we could research. Like advanced technician weapons, that's gonna pop off immediately. Huh. We could get war beasts. Poison resistance technology. Now that could definitely be handy. I'm assuming it's a vest of some kind, like a sub-module that I can slap on my guys and it'll make them poison resistant. Which, yeah, poison comes up a lot. Multi-sensor threat detection. Huh. So that seemed, yeah, it's something for infiltrator gear, which, you know, got my interest piqued right there. But let's try to focus a little more here. So I kind of think getting a better heavy cannon, that's probably a good idea. I think overall I need my weapons capabilities to get a little bit better. Probably advanced paralyzing weapons would probably also be a good idea, but for right now, it's okay. Now this project would be nice for for the Geoscape layer. But Project Domovoy, we can wait on that. We can wait a little bit. So for now, I'm just gonna push some things to the top that feel important. Like, I don't know if they are, but like, feels like things I'd want right now. So this goes instant, and then the Acheron Vivisection. And then I want better heavy cannons, I think. Getting walls might also be a good idea, too. I feel like walls is probably a great idea, but I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised that Pandorans haven't tried to attack our bases yet. It's kind of surprising me. But I'm not really sure I want to take a full day out of our research, plus 7 hours to deal with that. But at the same time, that 6 hours might be all I need to keep a base alive. So I'm kind of more willing to invest in projects like that now. But let's go with the... Alright, so the advanced technician weapons, then the better heavy cannons, and then the Vivisection. And Walls of Jericho. That'll be after the more important stuff is done. Alright. All the things to organize. I love it.
Research complete.
See, that was just an instant one. So what do I actually get out of that? The Rattlesnake AT. So I assume the Rattlesnake is just a better personal turret. And then the VDM Enforcer, which I'd have to compare. Like, I don't know the stats offhand, so I'd have to compare it. But I assume that's just a very slightly better technician weapon, like slightly. Their weapons feel a little lackluster overall, but it's because I guess they're designed to be fast. They only take one action point to fire, so I guess the idea behind the technician's like submachine gun thing is that yeah, they don't do a whole lot of damage or anything like that, but they fire quickly, so you can shoot theoretically 4 or more times in a turn, depending on what your subclass is. So being able to just unload like that certainly has its advantages. Yeah, this is one thing about one thing about this game that I've noticed in every attempt to play it is that it always feels like there's way too much research that takes way too long, and like it feels like I can never complete the research I want to complete and also complete the research that advances the game. It feels like I just can't. Like, it just feels like there's never enough time to do everything, and but to the point where it's not even about doing everything, and it's just like I don't know what I should be doing, right? Like, I don't know what's good. What do I need? What will help me right now? What will help me 5 minutes from now? I don't know. It can be very difficult to actually understand like what research actually benefits you the most at any given time. It's hard to figure that out. And I guess it's because there's so much like this game, it has a lot less like linear tiered research than XCOM. Even the old school XCOM, it's got a lot less linear research than that. Like, it's like XCOM, if you think about it, XCOM is pretty straightforward. It's, you know, for any class of weapon or tool or vehicle, there, you know, there's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, like, you know, it's pretty linear in power in how things advance. And you never really have to think about it, you know? It's just, yeah, I want laser weapons now, I want plasma weapons, I want things that lead up to those, and, you know, that's all you're really doing. But this game, it's not really cut and dry like that. Like at first, I remember the first time I played this, I was so excited when I got access to the Synedrian laser rifles, and I was like, oh man, this is an upgrade. And I, like, you know, I was in that XCOM state of mind, and I thought, oh yay, this is the next tier, right? And not really. Like, not really. I still use the normal Phoenix point gear. Like, everything kind of has its own niche, you know? Yeah, and yeah, like, I'm only kind of on a middling difficulty here. That's why I'm friends with everybody. I totally get that on a higher difficulty, like, yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to maintain 100% across the board. Whereas for me on this difficulty, it's pretty easy actually to be friends with everybody. But yeah, I do see that the game kind of it wants you to stick on one specific path and kind of pursue that, but I don't know, like it's even hard sometimes to really to understand like what path you're even on and then how to pursue it. It's not all cut and dry. And like on one hand, that's kind of what I like about this game. On the other hand, it does make this a very stressful game to play. Like this game is incredibly stressful to play for someone who's not really used to that sort of thing, and you know, and likes the game, so I'm not gonna give up on it. But like, I feel my hair becoming even more gray as I play this game, you know? Alright, so what do we got here? It's a high threat levels. That means there's probably going to be some big boys on this mission, right? Hopefully these defenders will do something other than die. Oh, my tank is still not doing very good. And I imagine the vehicle stuff hasn't produced. No. Okay. but I guess otherwise everybody's good to go here. Yeah, I will say, like, okay, I don't know, I always think about solutions, right? Like, you know, I like to bitch, but I like to also think about solutions to problems. And yeah, I don't know, for me, I guess the problem is that it's never really clear, like, what leads to what, or why, or, you know, what you're doing. Like, it basically, one of the problems that I have with Phoenix Point in general is that there's not a lot of direction, and it's both good and bad. Like, no direction is great when you just want to play and sort of make your own story, you know, with how you progress through the game. It's bad when you really just want to beat the game at least once to see how it all ends. But, like, you're not really sure how to proceed, you know? Like, you want to proceed and you have a path in mind, but you don't really know what you need to do in order to continue that path, right? Like, sometimes you'll get an objective that, like, you know, okay, I need to do this mission, or I need to do this research, but not all the time. Like, not always. So yeah, it can be very easy to just sort of meander. Oh, and the wife is home. So actually good that I didn't start here. Good stopping point. Oh, and cats are activated again. So, oh. So, okay, we'll leave it here for now. Let's save my game. I might just do this haven off screen because it's just a haven, unless something crazy happens. But yeah, getting a little late on here. So, concluding here for now, for today. Thanks everyone for showing up. Some good advice, some good tips. I like to see that. I also just like to just banter and chat around with you all, but thanks for showing up. So till next time, alright? Sorry for the quick out here, but till next time, see you all around. Oh yeah, the dilemma of freedom. Oh, man. Alright, but till next time, see you later. Have a good day.